Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
These are the next sets of files for police.
Cameron Smith.
We have two cases, Your Honor. Yeah,
I don't think so, because I have two cases.
I know. Just want to make sure you have both of them.
Sarah, when that court is spelling the call and measurement.
These on both.
Yes, Your Honor.
The cases are now called 23 CR 2000 and 23 CR 2001. Each of these indictments are styled the state of Texas versus Cameron Smith. That's you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And they charge you with the third degree felony of deadly conduct in 2000 and 23 CR 2000, and the second degree felony of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in 23 CR 2001. Does the defendant waive formal readings of these indictments? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
In summary, 2000 case, the number 2000 alleges that on or about October 22nd, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third degree felony of deadly conduct and with the discharging of a firearm, and 23 CR 2001 alleges the second degree felony of aggravated assault with deadly weapon occurring on or about the same day, October 22nd, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas. Do you understand what you are charged with here?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to figure out how these things are carved out. 2000 states that the defendant discharged a firearm at or in the direction of a vehicle and was reckless as to whether it was being occupied. Then 2001 case, the number 2001 is shooting at a particular person. Was that person in the
These were two different
event?
vehicles. Yes, sir. But it was in I guess the two different complainants on that.
Same night, but two different. Not kind of the same event, but different events. That makes sense.
What does that mean, John?
The other car was being shot in the parking lot. I believe no one was in that vehicle. The other vehicle was being shot at with an individual.
Two different cars.
What's going on here? What's that all about? I mean, I know we unfortunately take this for granted in this county too often nowadays, but this is bizarre. This is like a bad movie. What was this all about? This is not supposed to be normal behavior.
No.
My understanding, there was a disagreement between two individuals. They
Quite naturally, somebody gets shot at. That's how we resolve our differences now, huh? And you're not even from here, are you? You're from Houston, right? Well, thanks for coming into Jefferson County and making a mess. We got our own problems here with our own people. You apologize? How do you take back firing a gun? Do you grab the bullet before it gets to the person? What do you do? When you shoot, you made a decision and the bullet leaves the chamber. That's it. You don't know where it's going to go. Who's going to? Do you really care? I don't know. It doesn't seem like that. Not the way you're acting. Not the way you acted here. All right. In 23 CR 2000, this is a third degree felony, which means you face a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand? Agreement's been reached. In that case, you would be whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 7 years in prison to run concurrently with this next case, 23 CR 2001. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand? How do you plead to this? Guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty. Is that yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. go to 23 CO 2001. Again, in summary, this alleges that you on or about October 22nd, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly caused bodily injury to someone by shooting at them. What was the bodily injury?
There was a piece of the shrapnel from the bullet had grazed her cheek right there. There was a small cut.
This is a second degree felony, which means you face a term of not more than 20 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The agreement's been reached similarly as the preceding case. Whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 7 years in prison. Going concurrently with the preceding case, is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand? How do you plead to this case, guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily, that is on your own free will and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
It looks like what we're looking at is actual, if I follow this agreement, we're going to ask for a pre-sentence report.
Yes, I was going to ask. Yes.
And come back, and then everybody will add whatever you want, and then the court will make its decision based upon the information I will have at that time. So we're looking at if we follow, if I approve this, you would be sentenced to no less than 2 nor more than 7 years confinement in prison or you could be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for up to 10 years on each case. But I don't think regular probation is an option.
No, the aggravated.
All right.
The deadly conduct there would be, but not the aggravated.
How would deadly conduct be if
Wouldn't that
you're
be-
discharging a firearm? Isn't that kind of wipes, the firearm is used in the commission of the offense. Doesn't that do something that prevents me from regular probating? Think about it.
Yeah, you're
We'll
right, that
all
makes sense.
know what all the options are.
We can be.
That's what I'm going to do is reset these cases and did I haven't reviewed this already?
No, that was-
I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 on each of these cases. Did you sign those documents voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents true and correct? State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence in each case.
No objection.
Without objection. Each of these similarly state that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty pleas, which are freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictments have been read to you. You've read them. You were guilty of the crimes charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true, so help you God. State's Exhibit 1 is made a part in each case made a part of the record for the purposes of the disposition of these cases. So we're going to order a pre-sentence report. We will return back on
January 22nd.
2025.
25 now.
All right. Get it reset, should we say?
You're right there in your free to go. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. On our regular docket, Gerardo Alafa.
Judge.
Yes, some of them. Right.
Alafa, and he's in custody?
Yes, and it's a sentence on this.
It is. Okay, we need Gerardo Alafa. All right, we are called Gerardo Alafa. That's you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Adams is here representing you. Earlier, you pleaded guilty to in 24 CR 479 to the offense of arson. A pre-sentence report has been prepared. Have the parties had an opportunity to review it?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
And the state is?
Yes.
Mr. Eckert? Okay. Any corrections or changes to it?
No, sir.
Then it will be made a part of the record for all purposes here. Now, the agreement in this case is whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 5 years in prison. So we're looking at, this is a first degree felony, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're looking at
Judge, I offered the minimum,
no less than
but
5 nor more than 5.
they wanted an opportunity to present to the court of argument for probation.
I understand. So I'm just looking at what the options are.
Yes, sir.
He could be placed in prison no less than 5, no more than 5 years, 5 years flat, please. He could be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for up to 10 years. And he's eligible for regular probation then, right? So he could be sentenced to 5 years in prison. That could be suspended. He could be placed on regular probation for up to 10 years in length. How much time does the defendant serve, please, on this case? Thank you. It looks like. How long have you been in jail now? About a year?
In April,
April is when you went to jail? Okay.
sure.
232 days.
Okay. Go ahead. You can go first.
Your Honor,
On behalf of defense, Mr. Andrew.
Your Honor, one of the big things that I was impressing upon my client is he does have extensive employment history. I'm looking on page 4 of the PSI where he's worked at several places. He is very remorseful and sorry for what he's done. And he's asking you to give him probation. And I was gonna let him talk to you more directly than me. Do you mind if I ask you?
Oh, yeah.
The question? All right, hey,
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your
Lower your hand.
okay, so do you accept responsibility for this?
Yes,
Are you sorry for what you've done?
yes.
And I guess let me get to the heart of this. Could you tell the court good things about you? Like something positive about you?
Uh, I've never been in a fight with nobody, you know. I was not doing things, I was in school. I like to help people out, work, and be with my family.
All right. And if you're given probation, will you follow the rules?
Oh, definitely,
Will you do what you're supposed to do?
most definitely.
Stay out of trouble?
Yes, sir.
In these places with the fires, will you totally stay away from it?
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you very, very remorseful?
Very, very good. Yes.
All right. And are you begging the court to give you probation, whether it be deferred or whether it be regular probation?
Probation, yes. Very good.
All right.
State, any questions you want?
Any questions, Judge?
What are you sorry for? What did you do wrong
Or
here?
maybe drinking too much and just.
What did you do here? How did you set this fire? Tell me about that.
I threw a cigarette in the apartment.
Why?
It was empty. I just threw it just there. So I thought it was out. I was in a hurry. I wanted to go home.
Why did you want to set fire to the apartment? This is a multi-dwelling building, right? It was one apartment in an apartment complex, correct? Right, everybody? Avery Trace Apartments. Have y'all everybody looked at this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, you set a fire in one, I mean, there's no reason with some bad luck, the whole place could burn down with multiple people being involved and victimized. But why did you do that?
Maybe because I was kind of buzzed. I saw a lot of roaches running around. I used to do those.
Oh, you were killing roaches.
I tried. burn
You were
one-
killing roaches by setting a fire, by committing arson? That's what you're trying to tell me?
I would burn one of them. But,
Or you want to burn one roach?
but. I guess
Are you at war with roaches? I mean, what is this? Is this I don't
I
understand
used to
here.
live in that apartment and they never fixed my apartment, they never fixed it.
You used to live in that apartment?
Yes.
Oh, okay, now we're
They
getting
never-
somewhere.
They never changed my carpet, they broke my glass patio door.
Okay,
and-
so are you trying to say you were mad at those people who weren't taking care of your apartment as they were supposed to, and you decided you would damage it? Is that what you're saying?
I just threw a cigarette and
You threw one?
to cigarette to burn the boat or something was caught was burning. I just threw it just. But it was out, I think it wasn't burning, it just sort of threw it away. I thought I wasn't gonna do that, all the damage.
Okay. So what were you trying to do?
Me and my brother, we moved out of there to a different apartment.
No, what were you doing?
Oh,
What were you trying to, what were you trying to do by causing a fire?
the door was open, I just wanted to see how it looked like.
But you set the fire, right? You set a fire and could have burned not only that unit down, but it could have damaged a lot of other units, correct? Why? Why would you want to
I
jeopardize so many people's lives?
But I didn't think about that. I don't even fire, no. The cigarette, I don't even smoke cigarettes.
Well,
But that's
certainly we can all agree. You weren't thinking. Not thinking has a lot to do with your actions on this part, because this is very foolish, dumb behavior you're trying to explain to me. And it doesn't really make any sense. Does anybody, can anybody tell me anything sensical about
I think
what
I can
he's
make-
trying to
I think I can make sense. out of it.
communicate? Really?
Yeah, well, I think the way. to
Give it a
make-
try.
I think the way to make sense out of this, Judge, is that even though intoxication or voluntary intoxication is not a legal defense, he was intoxicated at the time. And even though that's not a legal defense, that's an explanation as to why he was acting the way he was acting. It would go more to a mitigating factor, but not a legal defense.
All right, the pre-sentence report, is there any objection to pre-sentence report being made a part of the record?
No,
for
sir.
This stay?
No, sir.
No, okay, then it is made a part of the record. Paragraph 3, everybody reads that? Second sentence,
On which page? 1, 2,
1.
on page 1?
Third paragraph.
Yes, I saw that.
Witness identified as a name advised she had seen the defendant multiple times because his brother used to live in apartment number 109, but was evicted. Now this fire is occurring in apartment unit 209. According to this witness, this same Hispanic male, the defendant, started multiple fires in the complex previously by setting barbecue pits on fire under the carport. They further explained that she saw the defendant standing across the sidewalk watching the fire as it was occurring. And if that's not enough, well, we have a video of the whole event. As the assistant store manager of HEB says, there's the video, they have video footage of the defendant arriving on the property and starting a fire at the north side of the building. All right. The defendant's pre-sentence report reflects a host of prior convictions, doesn't it? We've got as early as 1994, illegal possession of marijuana conviction is a misdemeanor. He was fined there in Hidalgo County. 98, misdemeanor retail theft, Champaign County, Illinois. And then we get to something interesting in 98, knowingly damaging property in Champaign, Illinois, 18 months conditional discharge. Then in 2000, 12 months driving under influence of alcohol in Champaign County, Illinois, 12 months conditional discharge and a fine. In 1999, he is sentenced to 30 months conditional discharge in Champaign, Illinois for burglary. You just made a mess up there. And in 2001, 3 years prison, unlawful possession of a converted vehicle. Now, that one is an interesting name. I'm not sure, but we're not going to go into it, but unlawful possession of a converted vehicle. I don't know what that means, but he got 3 years for it. It's illegal in Champaign County. I've never heard of that type of crime. And then in 2002, he was sentenced to aggravated criminal sexual abuse in Champaign County, Illinois, sentenced to 24 months of probation. That was revoked because he failed and he received 5 years prison. So he has at least 2 prior felony convictions. And that was a mess he made in Champaign County. Now he's here in Jefferson County making a mess. Anything else?
No one. Thank you.
Anything you want to add, Mr. Alafa? No? I'm going to find then you have pleaded guilty today earlier voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and you understood the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of arson with intent to damage a habitation, a first-degree felony. I'm following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced. Finding you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, you are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 5 years. You have made a mess in Illinois, then you come down here and you're making a mess now in Beaumont. Shame on you. I just wish that the punishment could have been higher because you richly deserve it based upon your irresponsible history of criminal behavior and damage and hurting people. You need to fix that. You're dangerous to yourself and others. And I'm sure there was damage to the apartment. And I don't know what that is. Nobody's asking about restitution. I'm sure somebody has to pay for that too. Another part of the mess that you're costing others. You're going to prison. That's where you deserve to be. Anything else? That's all.